This is KGW News at Sunrise.
And we start with some breaking news. A police shooting closed part of I-205 in southeast Portland. All lanes, though, have reopened. That just happened. We'll have more on that and what we know about the shooting. It's coming up for you in a live report.
Well, we all know downtown Portland has changed a lot during the pandemic. And this morning, why, despite the increase in crime and homelessness, some business owners are trying to remain hopeful about a turnaround.
We're also going to highlight women-owned businesses in the Portland area this morning because several of them just got a big boost that's already making a difference.
Good morning to you on this Thursday. So close to the weekend. We can smell it. What's going on outside, Rod?
All right, picture this. You're out at Crown Point in the Gorge. Oh, you're getting blown backwards because the winds have picked up to 80 miles per hour. Troutdale, your winds are now gusting into the 40s. So these are much stronger winds out of the gorge that are starting to disperse more into the valley this morning. So that's one of my stories. Now that does lead to good visibility and no fog in many locations. Here's downtown Portland from the Wells Fargo building. Good visibility, 30 degrees. But there are some fog pockets around. There's that current east wind at Troutdale now blowing to 43. So to the bus stop we go. There are foggy areas around, but more than not, it's just going to be a clear sky start. We'll be in the 20s up and down much of the valley. Clearing out any fog at noon, 40 degrees. And then later today, kids get out of school, sunshine, and 48 is your forecast.
Rob, thank you. Right now, we want to get back to our breaking news. All lanes of I-205 are back open in southeast Portland after Clackamas County deputies shot a man. The interstate was closed for hours overnight right near the I-84 interchange. Let's get out to Devin Haskins, who's live near the scene this morning. Devin, what can you tell us?
Well, as you said, I-205 back open just a couple minutes ago. Portland police are the agency investigating this shooting right now. So here's what we do know at this time. Portland police say this all started just before 11 o'clock last night. The car chase involved Clackamas County's deputies on north of 205. They called Portland police for help. That car then crashed near Southeast Market Street. Police say the person inside ran into the southbound lanes of I-205. That's when police say the deputy or deputies from Clackamas County shot the person, killing them. Again, limited information right now, but if your commute does involve I-205, good news, 205 back open after being shut down from overnight. For now, reporting live, Devin Haskins, back to you.
Yeah, we hope to learn what started all of this. All right, Devin, live for us. Thank you so much. Let's start with the pandemic this morning because nearly 2/3, 66% of COVID cases in Multnomah County are breakthrough cases. That's fully vaccinated people. Multnomah County health leaders announced that stunning stat in a briefing. People who've also gotten a booster shot represent 13% of those breakthrough cases. But the county health director said the vaccines remain very important.
I am not surprised by those numbers based on what some of the early reports were about Omicron and how well it could get around those initial protections from vaccines. The really good news is that the vaccines continue to hold up against severe disease and hospitalizations.
Dr. Vines says she also expects about half of the county's population will get COVID by the time we get through February. That's how fast it's moving. Analysts expect we're nearing the peak and case rates should start dropping soon.
A Yamhill County Commissioner is taking on her county's health department. She claims the department isn't giving people the full story when it comes to the COVID vaccines.
This Thursday, we're going to have what I call a showdown, and that is we're going to say this is what we want on the website. And
Mary Sterrett told a crowd at a rally last Friday that she'll push to hold up the renewal of Yamhill County Public Health's accreditation. Sterrett wants information added to the health department's website, information that supports claims that COVID vaccines can cause high levels of injuries and deaths, and she also wants the website to stop using the phrase safe and effective.
And when we call them safe and effective, we have discounted all of the vaccine adverse event data that we've compiled so far.
These things have continued to show up as effective, not just in the U.S., not just in Oregon, not just in worldwide. That has worked.
So the second person we heard from there was the director of Portland State School of Public Health, echoing what the vast majority of the scientific and medical community say around the world. that COVID vaccines are still both safe and effective.
2 years into the pandemic, we still don't have solid data showing whether more people have become homeless in Portland, but that will soon change. More than 150 volunteers are fanning out across Multnomah County for a census. They're counting people living on the streets and in shelters. It's called the point-in-time count. The city and county organize it, but it is a federal mandate. Multnomah County was supposed to count its homeless population last year, but COVID concerns postponed that. So we haven't gotten new numbers since 2019. But people living on the streets say it's clear more people have become homeless.
More people are living out in tents now that have come accustomed to it and learn to deal with it than what it was before. So when you get used to something or you learn to abide by it, you stay.
In 2019, this count found 4,015 people in Multnomah County experiencing homelessness. About 2,000 were unsheltered on the streets. At that time, that was a record high. Officials expect to release the new numbers coming up this summer. Well, whether it's the homeless crisis or vandalism, the pandemic, or some other reason, a lot of people are just avoiding downtown Portland.
Yeah, that's what local business leaders are telling us. Catherine Cook shows us how things are looking now and what some hope could finally turn it around.
Taking a walk with my baby, he's awake now. Say hi, guys.
Gregory Steinlein may not realize it, but he is exactly what the downtown Portland business community is wishing for the most right now: foot traffic. Gregory loves getting out here.
If you're in a certain area, it's nice and it's calm and it's cool and collective, and certain areas are a little bit different, should I say, but for the most part, I like it.
Accepting that whole picture now is what business leaders believe will enable the good parts of downtown to eventually outweigh the frustrating things like street camping, garbage, and vandalism.
Downtown is ready to have you back. When people are ready, downtown is ready to reopen.
Vanessa Sturgeon is president and CEO of TMT Development, which owns several retail properties downtown. She says businesses are once again signing leases on vacant spaces and employees are returning to downtown offices. She also points to resources aimed at addressing the homeless crisis, like the $2.4 billion housing services measure.
That funding is starting to roll in. And it's time to forget the idea of small incremental change and start to really think big.
A lot of downtown businesses that are open are keeping their windows boarded up. For many would-be shoppers, that sends a mixed message. Is it safe? Why won't they take the boards down? The answer is complicated.
Visitor traffic is way down, and that hasn't come back. And until it does, until there are people with their eyes on the streets at all times and people aren't feeling as emboldened to commit acts of vandalism, then people are probably going to have to wait. And they've replaced those windows on their own dime.
There's a lot of work to do right now, and there's a lot of challenges down there.
Keith Jones is executive director for Friends of Green Loop, which installed this food cart pod on Southwest Ankeny last summer. It's the off-season now, and like many parts of downtown, foot traffic here is sparse. But Jones is looking ahead to the summer, when Portland will once again host in-person events like the Waterfront Blues Fest and Rose Festival parades. He hopes the city will help visitors know what downtown has to offer.
This is where we are, and with a 5-minute walk of here, these are all the hotels. We need to really improve the connectivity between these areas of activity that are going on right now. So people know, hey, 3 more blocks and you're going to hit this.
It's all important to Gregory Steinlein. He hopes to one day open a brick and mortar business downtown. For now, it's one step at a time to help everyone else.
We flourish, businesses will flourish.
In downtown Portland, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
All right, our next story this morning is an update on the rescue that happened up near the top of Mount Hood last weekend. The Hood River County Sheriff's Office says they got a call around 10 o'clock Saturday morning. A 27-year-old man from Eugene who was climbing alone made it up the mountain, but he said he wasn't able to get down the mountain because his equipment was failing.
This is a situation where just, not being familiar with the equipment and not being able to not having the adequate equipment makes a big difference when you're up high in the mountain.
Luckily, the Crag Rats Mountain Rescue Team had 2 members from their team who were already climbing the mountain on Saturday morning when that rescue call came in, and it took them about 5 hours to help that climber get down. I have to look this up, Rob, but I think the Crag Rats Mountain Rescue Team is the oldest mountain rescue team in the country out of Hood River.
I had not heard of that particular group either. Okay.
I'm going to go do my research while you do your weather.
Thank you very much. Obviously, good visibility on the mountain yesterday. That always helps. And good visibility with sunshine up there again on this Thursday. Down low, we have more of an east wind than we've had. Again, 80-mile-per-hour gusts out of Crown Point, 40-plus-mile-per-hour winds in East Multnomah County out around Troutdale. That's keeping Camas at 39 degrees. Gresham, Troutdale just above freezing. Westland, if you're above freezing, you're picking up a little wind. There's Tiger at 36. Oregon City, Beaverton, Hillsboro, no wind, and 24. We have some fog pockets, but not that many out there this morning. Salem, 28. Corvallis, there's the calm areas where temperatures are back down to the mid-20s. Aurora, 25. So, again, it's cold outside this morning. And, of course, you know, the east wind is cold, right, no matter what the temperature is. Sustained right now at Troutdale at 13. You can see a little bit of wind in Westland. Doesn't take much to hold your temperature above freezing when these wind fields start to disperse. There's a little bit of east wind at the coast as well. And the coast again today, we'll be looking at sunshine and temperatures warming into the 50s. Wow. All right, Futurecast, 38-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming out near the gorge at 9 a.m. this morning. This shows that wind field just continues to blow all day today. It does weaken it a bit tomorrow. Here we are at 11 a.m., and that's a sign of the temperature inversion starting to weaken and break down into the day Saturday. Here are the other more temperatures for you. 27 up in Scappoose right now. Woodland, good morning, 31 to you. Cold spot would be Burns this morning at 15 degrees. 7-day forecast numbers, no big changes here. Dry through Saturday. Sunday rain develops. It's now looking like this is really just Sunday, Monday. Maybe we see a shower Tuesday, maybe we don't. And then Wednesday, I have us back to dry weather. So that's at most a half of an inch of rain and at most 6 to 10 inches of snow up in the Cascades. That's your forecast.
All right, Rod, thank you. A woman makes history at Lewis and Clark College in Portland. Coming up here in just 3 minutes, you're going to introduce you to Dr. Robin Holmes Sullivan, the new incoming president. Plus, a lot of people have been getting a text message, supposedly straight from the Trump family, inviting them to a nationwide census. Right after the break, our verified team sees if it's legit.